Good afternoon and welcome to today's September 11th, 2012 LexNet 701 webinar. My name is Christy Bookman. I will be your host for this afternoon and we're very, very glad that you can join us. Today we're going to talk about, do we really need to send holiday cards? It's a debate that seems to be growing in popularity year after year. Do we really want to send holiday cards? Do we need to send holiday cards? You know, it's a lot of pressure. So today we're going to talk about some tips that hopefully will help. Does the thought of the upcoming holiday season make you want to shout, "Bah, humbug"? Sometimes it really can be tempting. You think about just forgetting about holiday greeting cards altogether. But you have so much, and you have so many to be thankful for. For example, what about the gift that our friends Joe and Sheila Matthews gave this year? And there are many others too. Don't they deserve to know that we appreciate their support, especially as we reach the end of another year? With the holiday season quickly approaching, it's time to start thinking about how you're going to develop your holiday cards and if you're going to develop your holiday cards. Do you have a plan? What theme do you want your holiday mailing to be? Who are you sending it to? Are you going to send it via email or are you going to send it through the post office? How are you going to make your cards stand out from the flood of everyone else's cards? So today we're going to talk about some tips and some ideas for not only whether or not you should send a card, but if you do, how to do it very effectively and successfully. So we all know that the holidays can result in stress, and it's always a goal to avoid that stress. Here's a short video that kind of illustrates exactly how that can feel. Here we go. Well, we're having just a little bit of difficulty with our... I'm sorry. We're just going to continue right on. So, we know that holiday planning can be stressful, but we also know that our constituents like Joe and Sheila Matthews are important. So today I want to share with you our top 5 reasons why you should send holiday greetings. So working backwards, number 5, positive perception. A Hallmark Business Expressions and Harris Interactive survey asked which types of holiday cards would affect the perception of a company by the recipient. 53% of those completing the survey said that cause-related cards would lead to a more positive perception. That's really important. Cause-related, you are absolutely representing your cause, and you have a great cause to share with all of your constituents and your donors. You work every day to make the perception of your organization as positive as it can possibly be. So sending a holiday greeting just continues to reinforce that positive perception. Number 4 reason to send a holiday card, advantageous timing. When are the majority of your gifts received? Maybe during an annual fund appeal perhaps, but when are the majority of your other gifts received? Chances are, if you're like most nonprofit fundraisers, the majority of your gifts are received at year end. An end-of-year holiday greeting helps you to receive double benefit from your communication. You can thank your donors, which is extremely important, but the communication can also serve as an excellent reminder for your constituents that their tax-deductible contribution can still be made before the end of the year. And we're going to talk about that a little more here in just a few minutes. Number 3 reason to send holiday greetings, sharing your message. Regardless of the type of holiday that your recipients celebrate, which is very important to note, it's the season of sharing. Sharing of our time, sharing of goodwill, sharing of merry tidings. So why not allow your constituents to share your message? Provide your constituents with holiday gift tags, holiday note cards or calendars, small tokens of your appreciation that they can then share with others. Allow them to share the message of your organization, and we're going to talk about that here in a moment too. Top reason number 2 to holiday greetings is personal connection. Giving a greeting card creates a lasting impression and an emotional bond between the sender and the receiver. In a national survey for the Greeting Card Association, nearly 1/3 of all respondents said that they kept the special cards that they receive, quote, forever. Your recipients value your communications, especially when you send a personal communication or a communication that certainly feels personal to the recipient. You work hard throughout the year with stewardship activities, donor appreciation events and communications, alumni events, and much more, all in efforts to create personal connections with your donors and prospective donors. Continue the path towards solid personal connections by sending a simple holiday greeting to those you wish to connect with. And the number 1 reason to send a holiday greeting, the power of thank you. I'm going to tell you a little story, and it's a little lengthy, but it's such an important message. M. Grant and Francesca Gino completed a series of studies that were published recently in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology. In the first study of the series, 69 participants were asked to provide feedback to a fictitious student named Eric on his cover letter for a job application. So Eric's applying for different jobs. He asked these 69 people to review his cover letter, which they did. They sent their feedback back to him through email. And after they did that, they got a reply from Eric asking for more help with yet another cover letter. Now here's the twist. Half of them got a thankful reply from Eric and half received a neutral reply. The experimenters wanted to see what effect this would have on the participants' motivation to give Eric additional help. As you might expect, those who were thanked by Eric were more willing to provide further assistance. Indeed, the effect of thank you was quite substantial. While only 32% of participants receiving the neutral email helped with the second letter, when Eric expressed his gratitude and said thank you, this went up to 66%. The idea that saying thank you makes people more likely to help in the future is really not that surprising. But with an over 100% increase, it really shows the effect of thank you. Now, what the researchers wanted to know was why this happens. So they continued their studies. And what they found was that people weren't providing more help because they felt better or because it boosted their self-esteem. They did it because they appreciated being needed and felt more socially valued when they'd been thanked. The act of saying thank you reassured the helper that their help is valued and motivated them to provide even more help. Since for all of us, saying thank you and expressing our thanks is an everyday occurrence, we tend to think nothing of it. But psychologically, it had a very important role to play for both the person giving and the person receiving. The combination of the 4 studies reveal that gratitude is more than just a social nicety or a way to help them make the helper feel good. It reassures others that their help was actually appreciated and it encourages further pro-social behavior. So let's just review one part of that for just a second. The act of saying thank you reassures the helper or the donor that their help is valued and motivates them to provide more. Really, isn't that what it's all about? Just the simple act of being thanked generates additional gifts and additional support. So, let's talk about our 5 best tips to get out of the rut and achieve celebration-worthy results. So tip number 1, use a custom photo. To create a strong impression this year, use a custom photo. This could be of the university, students, teachers, faculty. Use a photo that your alumni will be able to recognize and they can relate to. Embrace a tradition you have at your school that will bring back those positive memories to your alumni. Go a step further and make your greeting on the inside of the card personalized as well. The same one-to-one communication rules that apply to all other marketing and really boost results certainly have their place for holiday communications as well. You'll notice on the left of your screen there's a card that has a streetscape, and the name that this person received this card was Emily. The name is variable on the front of the card, of course, but we used a fun font which made the card look a bit like a snow globe and picked up the lighting scheme from the city down below. On the right is a doorway that's recognizable by students within a university, and it's die cut, so when you open the little door on the front of the card, there's a message of thanks. Thank you for opening the door of opportunity for future students. So use a custom photo and really think of fun ways that you can incorporate it into your message. The second tip for celebration-worthy results, incorporate a soft ask. And we know for a fact that this is a successful tip. We did a project with a university. They sent out a holiday mailing, holiday card. It was a greeting card in an envelope. And the card had a very simple message. It was a message of thanks at the end of the year and had a holiday theme to it. Nowhere in the imagery, in the text, any part of the card included asking for a penny, a dime, or a dollar. Simply, a folded BRE was placed inside the envelope, just like the one that you see on your screen. The results were staggering. It was phenomenal. The university received more donations from that mailing than they ever anticipated, and it was a highly successful revenue generator with no ask whatsoever. And I think that's attributable to two things. One is the timing that we talked about before. Your donors don't know fiscal year end. They know calendar year end, and they know charitable donations and tax consequences for that or tax advantages for that. They don't really pay attention to the fact that June 30th is approaching. So I would say timing is definitely one of the factors. The other one is they appreciate being thanked. It goes back to that power of thank you. Receiving a greeting in the mail, thanking them for their gift and thanking them for being a loyal supporter really gives that spirit of giving and giving back and continuing to further the cause. So consider incorporating a soft ask. The third tip is to adjust your timing. According to Epsilon's 2012 Holiday Trend Report, direct marketer holiday sales peaked in weeks 48, 49, and 50 in 2011. The period from November 27th to December 17th accounted for a third of online and call center sales. Now that's an important benchmark as holiday 2012 approaches. One way to make sure your message of appreciation is received is to adjust the timing of your message. Send a message of thankfulness just prior to Thanksgiving. Celebrate the gifts and successes of the prior year, thanking everyone who played a part in those successes with a Happy New Year message. I don't know about you and your household, but we receive fewer and fewer holiday greetings at home each and every year. And what that does is it really helps us to appreciate the ones that we do receive. We cherish those messages and we cherish the time that someone spent to prepare a message or to prepare a greeting that was sent especially thinking of us. You want to take with all the time that you've taken to prepare that message, you want to make sure that it's received and that it's received at the right time by your recipient. Another way to stand out from the mail in your recipient's mailbox is to get creative. Utilize clear envelopes, pearlized envelopes. And I know it's hard to see on this one on the right of your screen with the webinar, but it's a really pretty blue pearlized envelope. Utilize colorful envelopes. Add a personalized message to the outside of your envelope. Design your mailings to be a unique size, a new format, or to incorporate multiple channels. Include a pearl with your holiday greeting that takes your recipients to a YouTube video that was created for their holiday enjoyment. The example on your screen on the left incorporates variable signatures. The people within the company that are primary contacts of the recipients signed this card on the right of the card with the other members of the team signing on the left. So essentially everyone within advancement or the development office signs a piece of paper that's converted to a digital signature. These signatures look like they've been hand signed. Then based on the database, the recipient is matched up with their primary people that they work with all the time. So in this case, Jan, Lisa, Vicki, Debbie, Darcy, Christy, Cindy, and Terry all work with John Sample. So their signatures are on the right of the card. Everyone else within the development office signed on the left. They didn't actually sign. We didn't walk around from office to office having everyone sign, like can cause such frantic stress during the holiday season. Instead, these digital signatures were placed based on the database and made it very quick and easy for these cards to be personalized, yet the entire process was very manageable. The fifth best tip for celebration results goes back to that gift of thanks. Give a gift of thanks. This card front on the left, the inside of the card on the right, and the gift tags in the center all convey a message of thanks. The gift tags in the center are a great way to share your message also. The mascot of the university is incorporated into these peel and stick gift tags. So by peeling off one of the tags and putting it on a gift for someone else, you're sharing your support for the university just by having the university logo on the tag. And this is just a nice gift for you to give to your loyal supporters as well. Very small token of your appreciation, but it's very meaningful to the ones that receive it. Your holiday greetings with the right planning and with the right incorporating the right tips and tricks can generate celebration-worthy results. Since you're having a lot of free time. All right, we would love to offer to each and every one watching this webinar, whether live or in replay, some samples. We'd love to share our samples, share with you some ideas of great holiday cards that we work with customers in the past, some of which you've seen in today's webinar. Give us a call at 800-767-1735 and request your packet of samples, or contact us through LexNet701.com. LexNet701.com was designed specifically to be a resource for you as a higher education or fundraising professional. There are case studies, there are white papers, lots of good information for you on the LexNet 701 site, and that you are exactly who it was designed for. So feel free to take full advantage of that information. Please also join us on the second Tuesday of each and every month for our monthly LexNet 701 webinar, just like this one. On October 9th, our topic will be testing your marketing messages to make sure that they're working properly and that they're gaining the results that you want. That webinar will be Unsure, Test It, October 9th at the same time. So please contact us for your sample packet, and we thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. Have a great afternoon.